This is Canadian MGTOW. Having fun, and not giving a shit. Today's video is called, 9 Stupid Ways Student Unions Use Student Money. In my view, universities are merely infrastructure to support the left's assembly line indoctrination of the masses. Universities have turned into politically correct zones, rampant with feminism and other isms. While students may protest to their governments about rising tuition rates, I have yet to see any protesting their own student unions. As you will see, some of the student union executives already arrive politically correct and inept. Number 1. Spending money to stifle debate. Universities should be places where people can debate each other with ideas. Student unions often try to shut down debate. University of Toronto Students' Union attempted to shut down a U of T-sanctioned speech by Dr. Warren Farrell, a well-known men's rights advocate. I did read in another article that no money was spent specifically on this protest, but how much time and effort was used by these student executives, many of whom are paid a salary. Brandon University regularly tries to keep out anti-abortion groups. The University of Ottawa managed to cancel Ann Coulter from giving a speech. The attempt to shut down the men's rights speaker was particularly annoying to me, and symbolizes everything wrong with political correctness and feminism in Canada. They feel free to publicly harass males, defy the police and physically intimidate anyone who went to see the speech, all the while claiming to be powerless. The left is often heard promoting diversity, respecting other voices, and being inclusive, but what I see in practice is the opposite. The heavy police presence was due to these same people blocking the entrance of the lecture hall. Apparently they like free speech, but only their own free speech. Last time I checked, the dictionary said a university was a school, not a political party. Number 2. Spending money on partisan political protesters. One union executive director was arrested during a demonstration in Toronto where the flag of the terrorist Tamil Tigers was flown. The charges were later withdrawn, but she did manage to get several student unions to set up a defense fund for her legal defense. Another example was in Ottawa, which is 280 miles away from Toronto. Their student federation spent money to bus students to a G20 summit in Toronto, to protest capitalism. No doubt these protesting students were using the very products of capitalism like cell phones, tablets, and laptops on the 5 to 6 hour bus ride. Number 3. Spend it on big concerts that few show up at. Memorial University Students' Union lost $100,000 when they paid Snoop Dogg $300,000 to play in St. John's. Of the 6,200 seats in the arena, they only sold 2,500 tickets. One university in British Columbia managed to lose $128,000 on Jay Sean. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. Number 4. Losing money selling beer to students. The University of Windsor had a campus pub called the Thirsty Scholar. After years of inexplicable losses, came the news that the pub had gone into debt to the tune of $1,200,000. That amounts to $100 for each of the 12,000 students, or 15 rounds per student. Number 5. Paying student union staff a lot. One executive director of the McMaster Association of Part-Time Students was paid a salary of $126,151. Although such a high salary is rare, it is common for elected student union leaders to offer other staff members raises, then benefiting themselves when they are later hired as staff themselves. Number 6. Acting flippant with other people's money. When one student union's vice president of finance admitted to forging checks, neither the University of Regina's Students' Union, nor the Canadian Federation of Students, for which she worked for, called the police or tried to recover the money. Number 7. Bail me out like Greece. Wilfrid Laurier University, in Waterloo, Ontario, bailed out their student union to the tune of $1,400,000. A former student of the university, and member of the student union, gave an example of how he was gifted a $1,000 camera, still under warranty. Number 8. Taking money to fund things that no longer exist. Ryerson University had a radio station which the student union gave $300,000 a year to run, until the CRTC took away the station's license. The union continued the levy even though the radio station no longer existed. So what do you do with the equipment in the radio station that wasn't already stolen? Why, you buy it all back. The very same equipment that students' money had paid for previously. Number 9. Building housing. Queen's University Student Union built co-op housing in the early 1970s at a cost of $4,500,000, and named the 16.5-story building Elrond College. It was named for a Lord of the Rings character, and boasted innovations such as 10-bedroom apartments that would house a dozen students each. There were also elevators that would stop only on floors 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Don't ask me why. The managers of the building were all students, with the most experienced managers leaving every 4 years as they got their degrees and left. With a collective managerial experience spanning 4 years, or less, eventually Elrond went bankrupt and was sold for $1,500,000. A net loss of $3 million, not to mention the numerous bailouts from the university. If these student union executives are our future leaders, then we are in trouble. Come to think of it, this explains our current leaders. It all makes sense now. This concludes this article. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, rate and subscribe. Thank you. This is Canadian MGTOW, signing off. Save yourself. Go MGTOW.
Better than beer?
Can it be?
Try Carling's Red Cap Ale and see.
We brew fine beer as well as ale, but we brew Carling's Red Cap Ale. Folks say it's all good beer can be. Pull us a little bit more.
You'll see.
Better than beer?
Can it be?
Try Carling's Red Cap Ale and see.
At Carling's, we brew both beer and ale, and each is mighty popular. But here's what more and more people tell us about Carling's Red Cap Ale. They say Carling's is quite unlike all other ales, and it gives them more pleasure than any beer or ale they ever tasted. They say it's light and hearty, so they call it light-hearted.
Carling's Ale is light and dry as the smoothest beer ever.
But Carling's Red Cap has extra flavor, the heart only a fine ale can give you.
Try it yourself. Decide for yourself.
Better than beer?
Can it be?
Try Carling's Red Cap Ale and see.
Try it tonight.